Let's wait like 5 seconds and then we'll see what happens. Alright, alright. Let's go. 3, 2, 1. Well, everyone, welcome back to the stream. Today, we are back with Doodle Empires. Today, last time we saw an era of instability, which just turns around to become an era of something else that became different entirely. There's still, we saw the collapse of Amazonia, Pacific, Atlanta, Amazonia. We're starting to see Peru start to decline. We see the Central Americas get, well, had a rebellion and then it's going to be crushed by Nicaragua. Mexico expanded after a civil war. And we see the Gray Empire at a depth and then just return. Just like that. California fall off bigly. Canada lost Quebec. And now it's this right here. I just let go of the UK and the Dutch annex it. Norway become the Russia of our time, in a way. You could also say this is Russia as well, but Russia is really right here, and that has developed. And then China just became a big power. Oh yeah, with a new system right here called the elitists. So yeah, we're going to have a renaissance because they're going to call the of age of classicals. So yeah. This is called the age of classicals. It is an era that has very few rebellions. So yeah. This is the most glorious this is the most glorious expansions of them all. There's going to be massive spans, but not big than large expands. Small expands do somewhat still appear, but not too much. Splits are nearly reduced. Small splits are gone, and it would just be most likely just a split, but they're equal to small expands. Unions are also a little common or a little not. So you will put it right here, 10. Leaders are crushed. Well, they're almost crushed right here. But they're rare. Finding religions is unnecessary anymore. And there's now conflict and unity. That's it. So yeah, we see that this is a new world. A new world defined by great powers. Each powerful country is in a continent. We got Pacifica, the Empire Pacifica. We got the Great Empire, which now, after a crumbling Canada, managed to gain the power of the upper hands. Although Canada might be able to throw hands, they might still lose anyway. And then we got Europe, where the Dutch had created the successor to, well, Europa, but not in a way, but it's still pretty big. Yeah, sorry about that. Just saw that. I just recognized that one scene. Just, yep, bonus school. But anyways, the Dutch have managed to expand to Ukraine, to, well, France, of course. But the real power, there's actually two powers. One of them is right here, which It's comparable to Britain and Victoria, or at least Britain in a way, but they're better food at least. Better food at least. Their infrastructure is mostly in the west, while the east is a little weak, which may cause tension between the poles, but we'll see. We won't see that for a while. We see the Mongolian. There's multiple powers in the way. There's power, the old empire. After a division that happened, they managed to got back up, and is now pretty much a great power. Where Kiev Rus is gone, and we see that China was a great power, but it got easily destroyed by this new great Pacific Empire. They're called Philippalito. This is a new ideology that's going to be introduced, and it's called the capitalism. So yeah, they have developed a new ideology, which is like similar to democracy, but it is under a pyramid of power. Now let me just give you an example of what it is. So yeah, let me do a paint tool. You see, let's get a triangle. So yeah, get like this right here. So yeah, there's a triangle right here. There is classes. Right here is the leader, of course. So yeah, well, yeah, he is a king in a way. He's a king, but very limited. Well, there's a catch to this. Being at the top, you can make power, you can make anything. You can do anything you want. You can add laws. You can raise prices. You can do anything like that. But if you decided to upset the people, or at least the upper classes, all upper classes, for at least 5 years. So yeah, 5 years, you're done. Yeah, it'll be gone just like that. Now, next up, we got the officials, the ones who actually help make laws possible. These guys are called the higher-ups. They're called higher-ups, but they're mostly called the Vigents. Not the Vigents, but more like the party. So yeah, these are like loyal members to them. Since there's going to be like few parties, which is very different to compared to Republican and Democrat. The king can make his own party, and he can just add whoever he wants if he wants it. But if some of those party members don't like him, then they have the most power. If you see, yeah, you're not a good leader. It can take one of them, and they can start to get any of them from the lower class to get them to stop. So yeah, these are like all of them. So yeah, there's most likely going to be 10 of them. So yeah. Next up, we got the army. The army is, well, the lower class of them. So yeah, they're like city governors, city people, well, lawmakers. So yeah, they're mostly like this. Let me make a circle for comparison. So yeah, they have very little power to do, but they do still have some power in a way. First of all, they are rich as Goman before he inherited his father, of course. Well, that's Mel Cotton. So yeah, they got a lot of people power right here. So they could decide, yeah, if this is going to be bad, we need to get some of the people involved. So yeah, they can decide rebellions most likely in case this king is evil. So yeah, in case the king is evil. So yeah, and there's more government officials, then there are elite officials. So yeah, we'll call them elite officials. So yeah. Elite officials, leader officials, and at least city officials. So yeah, leader official, elite officials, city officials. Now let's do this. So yeah, we got free down here. So yeah, what is the other free then? So yeah, this next one, they are going to be rich citizens. These guys are the most richest of the bunch. But they're not in these places yet. They're lick. Since they are rich, but they're not there. So yeah. So yeah, they're called the rich, for short. So yeah, the rich own all this power. So yeah, they do have a system, but they just are like this. So yeah, there is very few of them. Yeah, less than, well, compared to these people, but there is good chunk. So yeah, we'll just make like this right here. So yeah, these are right here are the, well, rich people, but they're not rich though, since this is still not really what happens. So yeah. Alright, so yeah. Now we have the next pyramid. We got the citizens. So yeah, they're just your average citizen. Rich as us, or at least poor, but maybe rich and poor. So yeah, we'll see. They are the ones that has the most numbers. So yeah, they got the most numbers. They can do what we can decide if they're being bad or not, and that is the majority of us. We have the most power, and at least the Philippines, of course. The Philippines and Taiwan and South Japan. Well, or mostly just the Philippine citizens. So yeah, they are almost everyone else, but not yet. They're the second most popular. But they still do got good power. They can elect their king out if they want to, and they can do it whatever they want. So yeah, elitism is kind of big. So yeah, that happens. Now we got the next one. Yeah, these people are citizens, but they're not actual citizens. They're actually citizens in other territory. The CNR, or the CNP, means citizens not in Philippines. So yeah. Although they do got some, well, these guys are the most popular of the bunch, but they're not the most popular of the bunch. They still have some weak power. So yeah, they got the worst treatments. You're like, well, in a way it's slave, but it's modern slave, but it's like this, or no. So yeah, it's slavery in a way, but not really. It's not. It's not. It's elitism, not in a way. So yeah, this has the most power. And oh yeah, but before that, let's do this out. But there is still elite power in here. So yeah, this has the most people of the bunch. So yeah, there is still some power, but they got none. No power. So yeah. there is nothing. If you're not a citizen of the Philippines, you do not matter in this place. So yeah, if you're caught, then you're just, and the laws are more harsher on them too. So yeah, if you're not them, you better get out. So yeah, this is what the system looks like. King, elites, or leader in a way, leader. Citizens, rich people stuff, billionaire stuff, rich people stuff, millionaire stuff. Yeah, I love that guy. Anyways, citizens. So yeah, and then non-Filipinos. So yeah, these are your six in this town. So yeah, this might actually inspire some. Philip Alita is now 4. So yeah. Now let's get into this. So yeah. The first, who will be the first victim? Western Mediterranean. They got a large expanse. Continue the war from, well, yeah, some of these are not coded, so yeah. They decided to take an offense right here and stop. They also decided, you know what, we're taking some of this land. And then they just take some territory for right here. Which might not have been theirs, but they just didn't care. Or did they? Since there's just Sahara terrorists. So yeah. Western Mediterranean is now expanded. So yeah, next up, South India gets a new leader. So yeah, this guy's from Kiev, Rus. So yeah, they came from Kiev, Rus. Didn't know. Then we got Greece is next. Yeah, and they still got the split treatment. So yeah, Greece. We see some familiar countries. No, it's not Europa. You'll never see that in real life. Instead, it inherits a new color right here. Yeah, this is Romania. So yeah, Romania is finally independent, but under a new government. So yeah, here, but yet not. So yeah, we got this right here, sliver of nation called Romania. So yeah, Italy's here, Norway's here, Portugal's here. So yeah, Romania's also here. So yeah. Next up, the Nordic Union. Yeah, they got a small split. So yeah, let's take a look at what that is. So deciding to give them independence. They decided to give a nation independence. And they call this the Asian Mountain Federation. So yeah, this runs above this line. They decided, you know what, let's give this nation independence. And they call this, they give it a new nation name. So yeah, they managed to just give them past the mountains. Independence past the mountains. So yeah, Norway managed to give them independence. So yeah, but let me, yeah, after I'm done drawing this, I want to talk about something. So yeah, this is the mountain. Yeah, they're not allowed to pass through this mountain. If they do, they're definitely going to get shot. Any citizen will get shot. So yeah, they have some territory right here, but that's it. Let me see what. Let's see. You guys can eat. Yeah, you guys can hear. You guys can hear. Let me just. So yeah, in case, let's just put this one right here. So yeah. Siberia, welcome. They call themselves the L1 Siberia. Yeah, this is our first Siberia. So yeah. A1 Siberia, welcome. Now we got Greece. Greece returns, and they form a union. Back with Romania after 2 years. So yeah, they worked something out, and they just joined. So yeah, now we got Alaska. Yeah, now we're going to see something very different. Very different. In form of what happened right here, another nation is going to take place of this order, right? And this will be funded by the Philippines. And it's going to make Venture Mongolia unite with Siberia, bringing in another new nation. That's kind of similar to this old nation right here. So yeah, let's get its darker color right here. This is Alaska Elitis. Siberia this is called Siberia Elita. It was an influenced nation by the elites. So yeah, Siberia Elita was formed right next to Philip Elita. So yeah, this could mean a lot of things, but the Philippines is now has a good influence in Siberia. So yeah, next up, Empire Pacifica. Yeah, they got a split. So yeah, we finally see the death of a nation after a long while. We see Mordechiko is now tired of this nation. So yeah. Mordechiko is now formed. Is reformed. Right here. So yeah. In El Dorado, they decided to reform the nation. And leave it for a long time. So yeah. Yeah. Mordechiko's back. So yeah, now it's here. Bam. But it didn't get all of its lands back. For one, it didn't get all the Brazilian lands that they once had. They didn't get all their lands back. So yeah. There's still disputes in Brazil that they want. All of it. They just want most of it. Right here past the river. Bam. But Peru wants most of it. We'll see how that goes in the future. Now we got Persia. They're going to adopt Peru. So yeah, they're still gonna stay messing with him right for now. Next up, Philip Alida is going to unite with another nation. And then they're going to force unite with Myanmar, creating this new state right here. And making the Philippines look like an Avengers level threat. So yeah. Next up, Iberia. They get a small Spain. They decided, you know what, we're taking Portugal over. Bam. So yeah, they're trying to take over Portugal, but they didn't fully take over. Although they did a good chunk of it. So yeah. Next up, Kazakhstan. Greatest country in the world, started the age of conflict. Next up, Egypt is going to adopt the religion. So yeah, they're not going to do anything hard there. So yeah, Cleoism is still, well, now there's something that's going to happen. Instead, we got one of the biggest betrayals happening. We see Egypt becoming Cleoism, which shocked the world. Yeah, the birthplace of Cleoism is now under Messerism. So yeah, this is already looking like an old empire. You can see it. Next up, Hat Rebels. We got them. And they're going to unite with Manchuria Mini because they believe they are an actual threat to global stability. So yeah. Next up, the Old Empire. They're going to split. So yeah. They're going to give independence to a nation. Instead of giving independence to a nation, a failed rebellion, what happened in Greece. When they tried declaring independence, Baghdad responded with guns and violence. They put down the first rebellion in a long time. So yeah, this is the first rebellion that got crushed in this series. Back then, it would have just been easy, but Mesopotamia just destroyed it. They just killed a bunch of people with muskets and cannons. Yeah, that upsetted the old thing right here. Many nations that wanted to let them go in to be crushed easily. So yeah, we got Philip Alida, and they get a medium expand. They were going to try to take more of Magnesia. So yeah, they took Java. They took Java. They took all these islands right here, and they're going to continue to invade, forcing them to just join their ways and become a better society. Next up, Congo the Crabs. They get a medium expand. So yeah, Congo the Crabs was like, yep, we're taking back the rivers and this lake too. So yeah, this war happens, and this just caused flames to get more spark. So yeah. Next up, South India. They get a medium expand. They decided to take Sri Lanka and then just pass these rebels right here. So yeah, this is done, and then they just wanted them to be a border. So yeah, because of this niche right here. So yeah, South India just gained more land. Now we got England survive. They luckily managed to form guerrilla warfare in London and is planning to take back the throne. Somehow England is alive and is better than ever. So yeah, they started a rebellion in the Netherlands, which has gone very successfully and has managed to take over the whole, well, British coast so far, capturing Wales, and then it's now moving up to Scotland. So yeah, he's moved up to Scotland, and now they almost reached it, but they stopped right here. This might do. Something's wrong here. So yeah, we just the volume. So yeah, I think it's probably the volume right here. So yeah, let me fix that real quick. So yeah, let's fix the volume real quick. So yeah, is that yeah, I think that's probably good for now. Probably fixed it. So yeah. There we go. Now let's see. Next one. Z language. They're going to unite with a nation. They're going to unite with the South Austrians. Yeah, they wanted a forced union to happen, and this managed to do just fine. Now, Norway Rus, what do? They split. So yeah. See, many armies of Norris is starting to look pretty bad. So yeah, they still got a rebellion happening. Not all rebellions are crushed, but some do still happen. So yeah, this still happens, but they're just kind of bigger. So yeah, that. Now move to the Nordic Union. And they got a new leader, Benito. So yeah, accurate to what Norway is right here. Now we head to Mexico. Yeah, there's all kinds in Mexico, definitely. So yeah, they took more of their old lands right here, and his plan to move up right here, the north, almost taking the capital city. Not capital, but the fort back. Now we got Saint. We're gonna call him Saint Mo. So yeah, I forgot to give this one a name. Sorry for whatever the state is, or I mean province. Now they got a medium in Spain. Yeah, after some land agreements, they give them this island. That's it. And they also invaded this one right here, so they can try and gain more of Quebec. So yeah, this happens right here. And now, this man to prove a lot of things right here. So yeah. There we go. Now, we got this down, and now, let's head over to the Great Empire. So what will happen? They got a large expand. So yeah. So an operation happens in Mexico. So yeah. They believe they should try and stop California from. They did an operation in here to get back the Krusty Krab. They crossed through some rivers, grabbed crab crust, and it is looking more like a United States of America. But in the 1774s. So yeah, Crablandia managed to successfully get all these towns right here. And now they managed to get through the rivers right here, get to Crab Crust, and is now somewhat expanding a lot. They got this land and has managed to stabilize the region. Oh yeah, they also grabbed the rest of what's left of Mexico. So yeah, they grabbed all this. It could be called Belize. It could be called whatever it is. North Belize. So yeah. The Great Empire has now gotten great once more. Now we head over to Kazakhstan. Yeah, we got greatest country rule expanding more. Alright. They decided to take a little from, well, this region right here to just get some better rivers going on. So yeah, Kazakhstan expands and doesn't dare try to take down Afghanistan. Maybe a little bit. They just take a little. But they don't care. They don't care. Next up, Italy. They got an expand. So yeah, Italy decides to expand into, well, Greece. So yeah, they believe they should just take some land since they just caused an accident right here, which they believe is to be their fault. So yeah, they expand right here and took some more land right here. So yeah, this kept going on, finally building over unused land right here. And then Krupp got through the river and then stopped right here. So yeah, Italy's looking a lot familiar. Looks suspiciously familiar. But I can't put the finger on it. Can you guys? Definitely not an empire from like 1,000 years ago or something like that, right? Right? Or a few episodes ago, right? Now, next up, South Amazonia is going to adopt a religion. Yeah, this neo-unionism kind of failed in a way, but yeah, after a long while, unionism did not sit right with the people. They think that they need to bring back their old religion, but the catch is there can't be another religion since Wavism was that religion. So yeah, they were annexed. Now let me tell you a story. There was like a religion right here. If there was, looking for it out. Yeah, it was annexed to right here, but was gone before it was new. So yeah, they adapt back to Wavism and the whole shebang. Now Colombia is going to unite. With whom? So yeah. Well, they could unite with, well, Nicaragua, but there's nowhere else to unite. So yeah, they're going to stay here. Peru just formed, they don't want to join, and they don't want to join since they're being annexed. So yeah, Nicaragua, they could expand here, but they don't want to unite. They just want Italy. Next up, South India. And they got a large expand. South India continues to take a lot of land, and then they just stop right here. Demanding Delhi, and they do that, managing to make this new city right here. To manage to get through the rivers right here, and now the Lime team is starting to look more and more dominant. We're having this whole nation right here take all of this. gaining, and even gaining Bangladesh right here, a border with the elites in Bangladesh. Alright, so yeah, this is not here. So yeah, Bangladesh is now gone. Well, Bangladesh is not gone, but the London team now lost West India, East India. They still hold to Nepal, but well, somewhat Nepal. So yeah, they got this right here now, and soon it might soon become a good game over for London. Now we got North China right here, and they're going to take a meeting with Spain. China, seeing the worry of these elites, forced North China to speed up their invasion. But there's now two elites on their borders, one right here and one down here. So yeah, they forced them to get rid of the Hat Nation right here, and managed to gain a lot out. So yeah, they demanded to give them this river, and Mongolia agrees. And then there's now an alliance between North China and South China. Well, United China, but then they're called. They could be called Manchuria, but so yeah, they could be called it. Yes. So right here, it could. Yeah, we also see a start of something happening in the 1800s. We'll get into that. North China is back, and they decided, you know what? Let's do this. We need to take out this Siberian nation. So yeah, they decided to get all the troops right here and start an invasion up the north. With the help of Japan, they managed to cross right here, stop for the borders, and managed to get a game up here. So yeah, Siberia is looking kind of big, but is there big and they're scared. So yeah, they decide to try to stop it. But the elites were like, hey! So yeah, they were like that. So yeah, they're like, we're going to send supplies, you're gone. Next up, Alan, Siberia. They're going to unite. And guess who they unite with? Well, not Mongolia, so that's... Yeah, they unite with Afghanistan. This became the most shocking of them all. But why did they unite with them? It's because there was a lot of familiarities between these regions. And their people like, yeah, when they decided to destroy their government, they decided to join this in exchange. They moved their headquarters right here and set up America. Now, we head to Madagascar. And Madagascar was like, King Julian IV was like, yeah, we're back. We're going to take some islands. And we're back to moving it. So yeah, they managed to start a massive conquest again. And they took these islands they took many islands, which should have said many pounds, but we were like, alright, we're good. We want you back anyway, so yeah. Yeah, you know who doesn't want him back? The elites. They were like, uh-oh. They took back Sri Lanka. They wanted this island back for the old planet. They were like, alright. And now, Madagascar is back. Moving it once again. They made South India back for them, and they just give it back to them. So yeah, Madagascar's empire is back, and they're not stopping anytime soon. They also took back this southern region right here from, well, this nation, Australia. They also take the northern range right here. So yeah, this freak out Australia as well. See, now there's a potential ending of it. So yeah. Next up, the Mika Federation. So yeah, they decided they're going to expand. And they decided, yo, can we have some of the river foundations? So, and they're like, sure, sure. So yeah, they just changed the border. But not only that, they crushed the car once more. Even more than they ever did. Made them border Egypt and near the split into two, just like once more. Like Syria. So yeah. Next up, California. It's going to adopt religion. So they're like, yeah, we're tired of this. So, we're bringing back an old religion. Yeah, they decided to do that. And not many liked it. So yeah. They called the way that the Indies were like, yeah, you betrayed us. Yeah. So yeah. Not many take to come with this. But now we got the Sahara community. And they started the Age of Khan. Now we got Siberia Alita. And they're going to respond, they're big. They're going to take back Siberia from the, well, North Chinese, and then start to expand more. Even taking some of what is Korea, or at least Siberia, China, and they start pushing past these rivers. So yeah, North China, you messed up. Why did you do that? Now you're most likely going to be a 5-star meal to them. Now we got England returns. They got a small span. They reach to Scotland, take these arms. And they're like, yeah, you better not mess with us. And they took some of these lands as well. So yeah. England is back once more. So yeah. Next up. England has returned under Andrew. Yeah, let me just make this better. Yeah. Andrew Turner, welcome. You're leader of England. Now, Caspia. We got a medium expand. Alright. They decided, you know what? We're taking back these lands that you once took from us. Now we're going to take them back. So yeah, Caspia managed to get back this land back. Well, part of the Caspian Sea right here. And now they just head back. So yeah, Caspia is bigger. Well, it's kind of bigger now, but not really. Now we got Sahara Terror. And they're going to do something pretty interesting that might upset. They're going to invade Shad right here. Which, why would you invade Shad? It's because they're made civil. Well, they wanted to just surprise them and take them down right there. If now you just did something that is kind of not right, which is invade another country as a terrorist nation. So yeah, you're most likely going to get trouble by Chad. So yeah. Next up, Quebec. They got a small expand. They decided to take Fort Maple back from, well, so you know, they were going to take it back from the East Quebecians, and now they kept expanding back up. Now it is on its last legs. In a way. Not in truth. Madagascar returns. And they're going to continue moving it around the world. They demand this small port from the Zealanders, which they just do that. And now start an invasion up north, which is making Madagascar becoming big once more. Now, Argentina is back, and they're going to expand larger. So yeah, Argentina is going back bigger and better than ever before. So yeah, they kept moving up, grabbing these lanes, and now annexes Aries. It's now moving up towards these lands right here. That was once there, so yeah. Aries managed to take over a lot of stuff, so yeah. Tibet is now here. And they got a medium expand, so yeah. They just like, yeah, we're here. Yeah, you kind of messed up a little bit. So they decided to invade through these rivers right here, where there once were, and now they were like, yeah, you don't invade us, but we're going to invade you. Since they discovered a war plan, which was to take over Tibet. But they're like, yeah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do anything. So yeah, Tibet starts to invade China a lot, which probably would damage some of their assets, and then so that they just left. So Tibet give them a little more and saying, don't try that again. Alright? Don't try it again. And now Caspia is here once more. And they're going to take a large expand. So yeah, they kept going to try and unite that Caspia. They took Fort Bora, and now they managed to go up here. So yeah, they kept going up, and then it managed to form a little nation right here. They nearly split up, beating up right here with Norwegians, and start to conquesting it. So yeah, that happens, and now we reach to Genofni. They'll take expand up here. So yeah, they took back some of their rivers right here from Congo the Crabs. So yeah, they believe they should stand up to this nation right here and invade it right here from the inside. So yeah, Colombia gets a new leader. Inrus gets an expansion. So yeah, Inrus was like, yeah, we are tired of you, this civil war. We're gonna lock in. So yeah, they did that and was like, I got this. So yeah, they fully destroyed this pink rebellion, and it's starting to destroy the next one. So yeah, they destroyed the whole rebellion and united Russia back to one system. So yeah, this becomes a new nation right here. So yeah, Inrus managed to become like Russia, but they announced something that'll be pretty big. With no other Russias around, they decided to call themselves Russia once more. So yeah, Russia is back under a new leader. Different origin. They're not the same Russia. They kind of got a new religion, and also originate from Egypt. So yeah, different origin. Now we got Siberia Alita. It's back, and this time it's going to take a lot more. So yeah, Siberia Alita is now still conquering much of Siberia. It might even take Korea, but probably not. They crossed through the rivers, taking much of like Siberia or Manchuria now. So yeah, Manchuria gets captured, and they start to invade. Well, let's see. No constant. So they move up to right here, and then they just stop right here. So yeah, Siberia Alita kind of won this war now. No way. Now we head to the United China. They're like, yeah, this war's a lost cause. I'm sorry, man. We surrendered. They just left the war and started taking some of North China land. So yeah, that once abundant nation is now gone now. They believe it was a waste of money, and that they shouldn't try to find the elites. So yeah, now they got another one on their board. This nation, another elitist nation on their board. Yeah. Now we got Alaska, and they decided to take a large expand. So yeah, this large expand happens. So yeah, they managed to gain all these lands right here. And now they managed to form, and this is now our next nation right here. In 1801, we got two things happening. First of all, the Industrial Revolution is now started. And it's going to start for about 80 years. So yeah, China is... who starts the Industrial Revolution? That will be the question. First of all, it starts off in a free countries instead of like... It started in free countries instead of like two, like UK and US. Now let's talk about who starts them. First one to start it, the Great Empire. They became the first to start industrial technologies, and now is the newest nation of the world. Well, the first nation to discover, to make factories. They made factories in the Krusty Krab, the Chum Bucket, Atlantis, Miami, Krusty Towers, and also New York. Beastland was also they were like, Krusty Krab was trying to give Beastland some land, they were trying to give us technologies, but that did not work. But the next country to start this revolution is in Philippine Alita. So yeah, they were the earliest to get, they're the latest to get. Crablandia is the first and is the earliest. This one is the latest of them all. But they are doing this, they're different compared to those. They made factories just for Philippines, for the Philippine city and some of their major cities. They did it all right here, and make sure that no other nation above it can have it. This is their land, so yeah. Bam. Now, China does. Next up, and finally of them all, we got the Dutch. Yeah. The Dutch Empire is the middle child, but they did the best. They did it their way, and it was their best way. Compared to the Red Nation and the Philippines, they did it their way that managed to make everyone happy. They set up Amsterdam, Berlin, Warsaw, Kiev. Well, Kiev is right here, but we'll call this Crimea. Yeah, I switched your names so well. And then let some countries share it, like Oslo, London, Liberia, and Rome. They give their capital cities some industrial power too. They didn't give Moscow any. They didn't give. They didn't give Constantinople. Portugal was left out, but they didn't know Portugal existed. So yeah. Next nation, the car. So yeah, they believe they need to get out, and guess where they escaped to? Yep, they escaped to Chad. Is Chad that cool or? Yeah, they decided to escape to Chad. So what did they do to my boy Chad? So yeah, what did Chad do? So yeah, they escaped up to northern Chad, where they can just escape right here. So yeah, the car is escaping Chad. Yeah, now we got the Sahara community. They're like adopt. They're going to adopt a religion, and that religion is well, Christianism returns. So yeah, they believe they should corner them back down, and now we're seeing something familiar happen. Next up, Tibet. They got a small Spain. So yeah, they took some of the. Yeah, they decided, yeah, let's also take this land up here. To make sure they don't ever try to expand past this line again. So yeah, they make sure to not let them expand up. So yeah, Mongolia also wants this to not happen too. So northern China is becoming a buffet for many nations. Tibet's back. Okay, so yeah, we see something happen. Something similar happened in a way. But they decided to give independence to a new nation. They give independence to Xinjiang. So one independence, they decided to give independence to Xinjiang. So yeah, this will make Mongolia happy though. So yeah, this reddish orangish nation right here, Xinjiang right here across this river, and they're going to give them as much land as they want. So yeah, they got all these lands right here. Now, they got through the desert right here. Give them some lands right here. So yeah, you making them cross through rivers right here, and expand a little right here, and call this Xinjiang. So yeah, right here, welcome to this new world. So yeah, Xinjiang gets independence, and Tibet was just going to let them get its independence. So yeah. Next up, Saint Mo. They get a medium expand. So yeah, they kept expanding more and more. They managed to take over a lot of these cities right here. Taking some of these lands right here. And made a deal with Quebec to just give them these right here. So yeah. Well, with Canada, of course. But it'll work. It'll work. So yeah, Saint Mo is now independent. Is now, well, took over a lot of East Quebec. Now we head to North China Federation. They started the Age of Conflict. Now we got the Mika Federation. They're going to expand media. So yeah, this nation decides, yeah, we're going to take over as much as possible of this nation. So yeah, they did cross through the rivers, but didn't know Chad was up. Well, the car was in Chad. They didn't know that. So yeah, this is now done. The Mika Federation is still heavily strong right in this region. So yeah, now we're in Bludia. I got a small expand. I decided to take control over Ireland once again and force the Brits to give me these islands. So yeah, there we go. I got all of Scotland back and got these islands right here and told them no more. We're done. You are done. So yeah, when I saw England was alive, I decided to take them down to make sure they stay down. This is the oldest country ever too, so technically it is now. You could also say this is, but not really. This is the first nation, though, not the oldest oldest living over here. So yeah, Bludia is now back. Now we got South India. They take a small span and announce themselves to the world too. So yeah, they announce this is a new nation right here. And some of the rebels right here rebelling that. Then we see India transform since the southern region is gone back to its original form. So yeah, this is India back. Welcome back, India. Now we just leave here and head to South Amazonia. They get a large expand. They took forts right here, get some land out of here. So yeah, this has so many forts that you can't possibly invade this nation. Even with a large expand, it's very hard. So yeah, it's just hard. Now, next up, the Egyptian Kingdom is getting a medium expand. They decided, yeah, this is a problem. Alright, this is a problem. So yeah, they decided to invade this nation right here. They even saw Chad, but they thought it was just the original problem. So yeah, Egypt got a lot bigger, and then, well, not a lot, but somewhat, thanks to the help of Mesopotamia. Now, next up, Portugal. They're going to adopt religion. They're going to try to adopt what? Clerism. See, they're going to adopt Clerism, which will probably upset the Iberians and them too. Saint Mo is back once more, and they took a medium expand. So yeah, they kept going up. Now, they managed to get another deal just to expand them. So yeah, they believe they could be trustworthy and hope the great empire doesn't annex them. In a way, let's hope. Now we got India, but they're going to continue to take down the Lime team once more, like once they did back then. So yeah, hopefully the old empire doesn't split in the 2000s. That'll be a tragedy. They continue their expansion up here and managed to gain most of India now. Philip Alida was like, yeah, you're not doing that. Yeah, they took Bangladesh from them and managed to make a bigger lake. They also pushed them back for the river, saying the river's the border, now go away. So yeah. They also took the Tokyo now. So they discovered that they took some of their technologies and decided to take Tokyo as a punishment in a way. So yeah, next nation, Iberia. They were like, nah, you're not doing that. So yeah, they took all of Portugal very easily. So yeah, this happens and it upsetted the Cleoism world, of course. But Mesoism, Egypt's not going to do anything because they're not Cleoism, they're Mesoism. So yeah, they're probably going to. Now we had to go back. And they're like, yeah, this is my land. So yeah, now this caused complications with Quebec. So yeah, Quebec declares war on them, of course. So yeah, they were just going to try to take them down. Now we head to Siberia, Alita. So yeah, this did not last long. A united front between all these nations. They call themselves Siberia. It was a funded rebellion thanks to the nations of China and Mongolia to make sure that they kept down. And this is called Manchuria. Manchuria gains its independence from the elites, and now they just want to be gone once more. So yeah, they got all this nation right here. Politics are starting to be recognized as a joke. Yeah, so yeah, this is going down very fast. So yeah, the elites discovered that Manchuria has broken away and they need to do something about it. Which was the most best core of the elites. So yeah. They decide they're not going to try to take down, but they decide they're going to try to help Siberia until the very end. If they fail, then they fail. Well, if they fail, then they're not. Some higher officials might not be happy about this, and also the elite might actually soon get kicked out. So yeah, they don't want to lose this ally that they just made. So yeah, if they do that, they need to find a new one. So yeah, Manchuria is starting to take over a lot of money. So yeah, this managed to do a lot of good now. So yeah, this happens, and then Manchuria becomes a new nation right here. Yeah, this piece is unique compared to the others. So yeah, penguins. Now we got the next nation right here in Italy. They got a new leader. Good. Netherlands. They decided to spread it. They spread. They decided to spread colonialism somewhere else. They decided, you know what? Let's spread it in Norway. So yeah, or at least right here in the Nordic here. So yeah, the biggest religion change up happened right here. So yeah, this became a pretty big surprise to many because Norway was from it, and now it just decided to switch ideologies. So yeah, Buddhism left. Let's see, Buddhism left, but Norway left Buddhism. So yeah. They managed to get a big advantage, and now they could compete with Waves in a way. The Wavism turns you, but not in a way. So yeah. Next up, England. What does England do? They decide to adopt a religion. So yeah, they taking the opportunity, they decide to change up the religion as well. So yeah. Alaska returns. They adopt a religion. So yeah. They want something new. They want to try to get something down. They want to make sure that they're their own identity. So yeah, they decide to search through the ocean, and they come across Europe. Shintoism did not work. Cleoism did not work during. Nestorism didn't work, but they found an old religion that was older than Babylonia. A religion that has been used in a long time. It's Krustyism. They rediscovered Krustyism back onto America. This was the biggest change of them all. Krustyism is thought to be impossible to return. It's not here. In here. Yeah. Now, Amazonia, North Amazonia, they fought back. They took back their town, and it's starting to advance more and more up here. They're going to fight until their very ends. So yeah. Next up, Persinia is going to unite. So yeah. They decided to unite with India. But they just surrendered to him. And this worked. Somehow it worked. They almost died, and they just united with the person they conquered. So yeah, since there's no other nations like this right here, this would be too ugly and doesn't make sense. So Persinia is the only. Now, Xinjiang will unite with someone. And they want to call this, they're just going to unite with themselves. So yeah, they got no interest in other units right now. They want to focus on themselves. And we got Ludia. And I took a medium expand. And I was like, Dutch, you better get rid of this nation or I'll take a pair. So yeah, I took this land, and as punishment for Norway's change of ideology of religions, I took Denmark from it. Yeah, like Hong Kong and China. China, UK, and Hong Kong. I took Denmark from them, and now they're probably their economy's stock market crashed. I even took the other islands as well. So yeah, and the Blue Nordic War has begun. This rivalry probably lasted long. So yeah, next nation, North Amazonia, gets a new leader. Now the Nordic Union responds with this. So yeah, they took some of the islands right here, even taken and started to expand right here. They did not take that too kindly, I see. So yeah, next up, Quebec. They get a medium expand. So yeah, this war still continues on, and it's now taking over much and much more. So yeah, they're trying to unite Quebec back into the nation, and let's see if that happens. Next up, Ludia. I started the Age of Unity, and I was like, alright, see. Now Canada, Ludia. They decided to unite with Quebec back into its new order. So yeah, Quebec was like, alright, job's done. Now we'll reunite with Canada again. They're almost fully united, but there's still this lane left. So yeah, Ludia is back to its full glory. Alright, Canada, Ludia. Now we got the Zealander. They got a large expand. So yeah, they kept advancing up north right here, and kept advancing way up here, and even possibly reunite with this nation right here. They got Australia back. They got most of Australia. Now we got the rest Austrians, and they decided, can we just peacefully unite? They said no. So yeah, they're done. Yeah, they're done. Now, Zhejiang. They're going to adopt a religion, which is Wavism, since they want more Wavism back into their nation. Since Tibet just changed religions, and now they're going to stay like that, Wavism. Congo the Crowds. They're going to take a large expand. They're going to take Fort Chad, and then just, well, leave, of course. So yeah, they're going to take back this river right here, and now they managed to form this new empire right here. So yeah, they're like, we're reforming our empire back to its former glory, and no one will stop us. They might even take over France if they want to. So yeah, they started taking back some of their old lands that they want back. So yeah, Congo the Crab's goal is to restore back their old empire. Now we see Malaysia, and they're going to adopt a religion, which is most likely Leoism, since they just wanted to take some of the old lands back. Well, yeah, Leoism and Wavism are kind of rivals. And you could also say Messoism is a new rival, but they just only took Egypt, which was kind of cool, and managed to ruin their origin. So yeah, In a way they are realms, but they're not. In a way. Not compared to this one, right? But compared to this, yes, this is kind of right. Now, the Sahara community. They're going to adopt religion. They're going to re-adopt Saharism. So yeah, after they discovered that their nation that was supposed to babysit it is going to get destroyed. So yeah, they're going to adopt her. And Sahara Terror was like, I don't care. We're going to take you down. So yeah, they continue to take out the Sudanese, well, the Saharans, the Saharanese. So yeah, they kept going to expand a lot more north, taking much of their old lands right here. And now they just started to, well, take more and more lands from them. So yeah, Sudan, Saharan is done. Yeah, they just got expanded largely. And now they just move up to cross the river, and their goal is to split in two. Now we reach up to Xinjiang. They're going to unite. They decided to unite with Tibet to form. They decided, you know what? We want to form a greater new nation. Yeah, this is now a trick that happened. That this was a rigged union. As a new nation that got, well, that now has joined the elite established. They managed to form a new Asian union. Mongolia Alita. So yeah, this is Mongolia Alita. So yeah, in a way, this is now kind of a shock. So yeah, Mongolia Alita is now here. This was a secret attempt at making Mongolia into an elite state, which now freaked out a lot of nations. So yeah, Wavism is now dominated by elites in East Asia. So yeah, Philip Alita, Siberia Alita, and then Mongolia Alita. So yeah, Alitas everywhere. Now, Western Mediterranean, they're going to adopt religion. They decided to adopt to Saharism after many leaders wanted to join this religion. So yeah, we're seeing many religion divergence. You see Egypt diverge to here. You see this one diverge. And Europe is becoming a lot more diverged. So yeah, the Netherlands, it's a medium expand. So yeah, taking advantage of that old port, they decided to take some more of these lands right here. So yeah, they managed to gain this northern region right here and this island right here. So yeah, they also took parts of Moscow as well without them looking. So yeah, this is already starting to look. They're gone. Yeah, this is gone. Well, they also buy these lands back to the Dutch is also pretty final. They also took Denmark, of course. They gave Denmark, except for this part right here. So yeah, they gave them some of these islands, but still kept this one. And then they took some of the lands right here. So yeah, this is near done. Yeah. The Dutch have now created a bigger empire. as we exit, well, here. So yeah, Italy is next, and they're going to adopt religion. And surprisingly, they're going to adopt Methodism. So yeah, Methodism is slowly taking over Europe. So yeah, in a way. Now, this happens, and soon you got the Egyptian king. They got a new leader. Philip Alida happens, and decide to unite with another country. So yeah, they demand a union with them, and Mad Asia sadly agrees to their terms and joins the elites. So yeah, Philip Alida is already looking pretty big. Yeah, they aren't the biggest compared to Mongolia or at least Norway, of course, but they're still pretty big. Think about it. They got to Australia, to India or Nepal. They got to there, and they even reached Tokyo right here. Yeah, that's a big triangle right here. Yeah, you can make a triangle, and most of it fits perfectly. And in just one city right here, to make sure no other country invades it. So yeah, China is the only biggest threat to them. So yeah, the elites are pretty powerful. Now we got Alaska, and they decided to unite. And then they managed to ask him to unite to form one nation. But they asked Canada. They decided to find someone else, but Alaska doesn't have anyone to unite with. So Alaska stays as itself for now. Now we got Colombia, and they get a large expanse. So yeah, they did took some lands not past the river, but still a good chunk right here. So yeah, this happens, and now we kept going up more and more. So yeah, that happens, and we're here. Yeah, this is done. Now we got this one. Now we got Congo of the Crabs. And they took a large expansion. They took the rest of this rebellion right here and just want their old empire back. They reach up to the borders of right here, take over the rest of these nations right here, and now reaches up to border Western Sahara. It starts its invasion now. So yeah, they're kind of now the Great Empire's back, and they get a small expanse. So yeah, they demanded this right here, which they just give them. So yeah, since they don't want to have to fight the Great Empire, that it is now bordering them. So yeah, this is kind of a big issue. So yeah. Now, next up, the United China Union will unite with the North China Union because they're tired of getting destroyed right now. So China agrees, and so that is happens. The West Austrians started the Age of Colony. Italy is next. Italy is next. they got a medium expand. They finish off Greece, which is just Romania or Bulgaria. So yeah. And then they decided, you know what, let's make an operation. They took these islands from me, hoping that they don't see it. And now they bought some land from right here before they start the operation. Announce Operation Catalan. Invade these territories right here. Take this city right here. Inside, get me out of the city. And when they said no, they just expand right here. They asked again, said no, go right here. They asked them again, they said no. And then they're like, how about now? They said no. Then they're like, how about here? And they said no. And they said, peace? No. They'll be back, they said. So yeah, now moving to St. Mo. They took a small expansion, so yeah. They decided, we're beastling. And then, no, now, what do you guys saw? It is nothing. Okay, we'll pretend St. Mo is united. So yeah. They were like, yeah, we're done. Yeah, after one Summon explored here, they're like, yeah, we're just gonna unite with you. So yeah, they had a peaceful annexation of the nation. Now, we got the Nordic Union. Yeah, they get a medium expand. They took Castle in and started to just, take this river right here. Take some of these lands right here. And border past this river right here. Now bordering the old empire. They made it pass through this river. And now, this is now all we got now. So yeah, we got this here. Now, Norway just became the new Russia. So yeah. Now, we got the Great Empire. It announces a union with Mexico. A new union. That happens. It's a union that is going to be inspired by something big. They unite with Canada, Bolivia, to form the most powerful nation ever, they said. And this is called Crablandia Alita. So yeah, how do they know about? This is called Crablandia Alita. This new powerful nation right here. How do they know about this nation right here? So yeah, this is a new power right here. How do they know about it? How does Katarina know about it? Maybe ask me. Well, it is pretty simple. The Canadians allowed the Crablandians to cross through their borders. So, after they just let them do that, they had peaceful relations with, well, Alita and the other elites. So yeah, there's now 4 elite nations on the world. And Crablandia became the biggest now, away. With 47,000 land area. So yeah, they're kind of the biggest country in the world. And made Crablandia look like a dwarf. They're still beastly though. They're still beastly, but this is the biggest expand of Crablandia. Even though they don't have the same colors. This is Crablandia. So yeah, we got that down. Now we got Caspia. Now we're going to take and made him expand right here. So yeah, the news was everywhere around the world. But they took Kazakhstan right here, and then they just like go expand up more north, being around the borders right here, and then damn. So yeah, they're just small now. Borak has fallen greatly. So yeah, the mighty has fallen for Borak. Now we got Tibet. Yeah, they're going to take a large expand right here. So yeah, they decided to take much land right here, what was once Afghanistan, right here. So yeah, they kept expanding up and reached all the way right here. So yeah, they took some land from right here and then just stopped. So yeah, it's 1858, and this is what we're becoming. Now we reach Phil Alida. Now they're going to get a large expand, and they do a huge operation right here. Thanks to Grablandia joining it, they managed to invade these few islands. They got Mongolian and Alaskan soldiers, well, reverse Alaska. They're going to just stop right here for now and take Japan, all of it. So yeah, they're going to take the rest of Japan and manage to gain all these lands right here. So yeah, the Philippines became a Japanese empire in a way. They want all this south right here. So yeah, you got this happening right now. And the Philippines is kind of very big. Yeah, this might actually be a large country. Not larger than this right here, but this is the largest we have seen ever. Travelandia Lida is here. So yeah. Ludia, what do I think about it? Yeah, I'm gonna take this expand. Yeah. So yeah, I managed to keep safe and stay down right here. Yeah, technically, I now order this. So yeah, I took some of these arms back, and then right here, I just reinvade this right here. Told you the world was still going to be sand. Now, next up, Italy. Yep, and I said that too. So yeah, they were like, yeah, we're going to take you down. And they were like, no, you don't. So yeah, they managed to stop here and decided, yeah, let's go. West Austrians. So yeah, what do they do? Large expand. So yeah, they decided to try to take down. This is an attempt to take back all of Australia right here. So yeah, King Julian did fail again, but luckily it got him. They were like, for betraying them, they just stole their land here. They just give them the finger and then just stop. So they were like, don't try to betray us again. Alright? Who's us? And they're like, you? No. You decided you want to attack me. Let's see how you like that. Let's see how you like it. Pretty soon. Let's do it. How you like it. Let's see how you like it pretty soon. So yeah. We're going to move away from this and head towards India, where they just unite. Well, who? Of course, themselves. So yeah, that happens, and we move to Western Mediterranean. And they're going to try to stop the Congress from being invaded. Stop the Congress from invading. But we'll see how that works. Next up, Philip Alida is back. It's a large expanse. So yeah, they managed to decide, you know what, we're going to take more of it. So yeah, they demanded Korea back from them, and they just reluctantly agreed. Because they were scared. So yeah, it's not like Germany where France and Britain can just stop them easily. No, they cannot stop them. They're just, there's too much happening. So yeah, Korea just is gone now, and then bam, they just stole a piece of land of China too. They also demanded this mountain from Tibet. Yeah, when they tried refusing, they just got invaded by them. So yeah, they just stole their mountain lands. So yeah, they just kept going and going. And then they just stopped right here. Grab these lands right here, and then just managed to just get. But they got these lands right here. And let's now head to Argentina. Alright. They're still going to continue their conquests up north. But instead of up north, they decided to go south and decided, yeah, we're making a risky move. We're going to attack you. And then they took the Falkland Islands. The Falkland Islands. So yeah, they managed to gain all these lands right here. And then kept going up. So yeah. Now, Argentina is now very bigger. Now more big. Now, we head to the Netherlands. And they get a meme Spain. So yeah, this era was made for this deal. They continued to take over Moscow more and more. And then just completely eliminate them off the battle list. So yeah, that happens. They also were like, for betraying us, we're going to take you down. A war has been declared by the Dutch to take back some of their lands. They announced Rome is an enemy of the Dutch people. So yeah, they're going to take down Rome. Now and then. Now, Siberia Alida is here. And they're going to try to take back their land. Thanks to the help of Mongolia Alida. So yeah, they're going to continue to expand down south. And to try to take back their land. So yeah, will this work? We don't know. So yeah, but it did manage to get a successful invasion so far. Kinda. Now we got the Mika Federation. And decided, yeah, Congo the Crabs is going rogue. He stopped. So they started to take down Fort Congo. And is now starting to invade through West Africa. So yeah. To more of the Congo region, Cameroon, and then Central Africa. So yeah. that. Oh, hello there, Jetto. Hello, Jeffro. Ah, now we got. I think that was random. Let's see if it was. Let's see if it was random. So yeah. Wait for it. Yes, it is. So yeah. You're next, California. Large expand. Yeah, they are scared of this engine. So yeah, they're like, yeah, we need to take back Baja California. So they announced an invasion of Mexico by the Californians. So yeah, they're starting a war for California. So yeah, they went past through Fort Walter, signed to get to try and invade North Mexico, so that Krabalita does not get it. So yeah, Kazakhstan is back, and it's not. So yeah, Borak rebels have announced, yet they have betrayed their nation. So yeah, this became a big problem for Kazakhstan. Now Ethiopia, Somalia announces they started the Age of Conquer. Iberia, they decided, you know what, we're fighting back. They took Fort Portugal back, announces they have not left the war. They are still fighting. So yeah. And now with the help of the Dutch, this could get more promising. Now, the car is going to unite Chad. So yeah. They announced their surrender. Chad announced their surrender. And this causes a lot more. So yeah. Alaska. They got a large expanse. So yeah. They buy some of these islands back from, well, yeah, with a very high price. They just buy these islands from Alaska. But, oh, it's the Alaskan lands purchase. So yeah. They just buy Fort Maple back, which was historically theirs. So yeah. In exchange for 50% of their GDP. Yeah, they're done. Yeah, they are done. So yeah, this became, it did almost go bankrupt and had to raise prices up. So yeah, the car. Yeah, they decided, yeah, let's try to fight back. So yeah, they fight back against, well, obviously the Congo of the crabs. So yeah, they had right here, get a new nation right here, and decided, you know what? Yeah, they decided to go past the crabs right here, and decided to stop here for now. So yeah, this happens, and we got this face right here, or you could say this one right here is a face, but that's it. Next up, Western Mediterranean. They're going to take a medium expand. So yeah, they decide to make it through the river right here. And then just start to fade more to right here. Form the river, and then just stop it. Yeah, they're done. So yeah, next up, Kazakhstan. They're going to take advantage of their rebels and then just try to take Fort Borak back. They did it successfully. Then they just decided to go more up to their old lands. And there we go. Now, West Australia, the West Austrians, decided to unite with Zealander, and they're like, we need to unite against them. So yeah, they announced Australia is united against the elites. So yeah, they're called the elitist movement, which is formed with Australia, China, Tibet, Manchuria, India, Madagascar, the Old Empire, Egypt, the Incas, the Mica Federation, Mexico, California, Peru, and then Alaska. Well, not Alaska, but and then Bluelandia. This is their team, man. This is now a forged coalition against them. They're like, if you get another country into elitism, we're jumping you. We're jumping y'all. Alright? So yeah, there we go. Alright. Now, Congo of the Crabs is now going to adopt a new religion. They finally left this old religion behind. And then they just joined this. Yeah, that's gone. Yeah, Redism is no more here. Now it's a bunch of old religions. A bunch of new religions in a way. So yeah, that's gone. So yeah. Persia is back. And they're going, oh, Persia. Oh, it's Persia. Yeah, they decided, yeah, let's expand to both step right here. They decided to take over the land up north. And so yeah, they decided to take more of the land from India. Yeah, Persia take more of the land from India. So yeah, next up, Mongolia Alida. They get a small span. So yeah, they decided to help Mongolia Alida decided to help out them by taking them down. So yeah, they're going to take down Manchuria. They're going to help take down Manchuria. So yeah, Mongolia is going to take down Manchuria with all of the elites. So yeah, they took this island river right here, and then they crossed it, managing to create a new, well, so yeah, they managed to border them right. So yeah, Mongolia Alida has now, well, become new. Well, taken down. So yeah, Northern Chico is back, and they're going to expand back up. Yeah, you remember this right here? Yeah, they're going to try to take it down. So yeah, Persia. They're going to adopt a religion. So yeah, they decided to stay with Messianism, which managed to become more better. So yeah, that happens. We got the old empire is now here. And they're going to adopt a religion which they'll stay in Messianism. That's their empire's name. Kazakhstan. They're going to take a large expanse. So yeah, they're now down, and then they are going to decide to completely stop them. So yeah, they're going to take down Fort Borat, and they're going to completely, well, they announced they're going to try to take down the Grey Nation once and for all. So yeah, they're now getting destroyed right here. This is now starting to get right up here. They then cut Caspia's castle in two and announce this is going to be their victory. So yeah, Kazakhstan is wanting revenge. Western Mediterranean is going to unite. Well, with the Sahara Terror. So yeah, they announced they're going to try to take them out right here. So yeah, next up, Argentina. They get a medium expand. So yeah, this becomes a new unit right here. So yeah, they decide to join this right here. Well, they decided to invade more. This right here. So yeah, this is now becoming more like Argentina. So yeah, they're trying to take down much of what is left of the Empire Pacifica and how it's going to fall apart by the Argentines. Now, Empire Pacifica, what do? Yeah, they did not like it. They don't care about Peru. They can get their. But on the other hand, this is a fully fledged nation, and they have the right to take it down. So yeah, they destroyed all of that progress in the 1880s. So yeah, now we head to the 1890s. The car is united with itself. So yeah, nothing big, nothing special. That's it. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, Western Mediterranean is getting a small expand. So yeah, they're going to try to cover up the desert Europe and this gone buried chaos. So yeah, that happens, and Iberia is here. They got a new leader. So yeah, they knew they were kind of destroyed from the leader. The Nordic Union strikes back with unity. And Rome is still going to expand up here. So yeah, they managed to take over Iberia, and it's going to fight back by taking the connection right here. Yeah, the Dutch and now Italians are going to fight. Which Italy announces something. They announce they are now the Roman Empire. So yeah, they announced themselves as the once few thousand year ago empire called Rome. They now have joined that into this war. They said all roads will lead to Rome. So yeah, that. Mexico. There's avocados in Mexico. And that there is. They're like, yeah, we do not want this. We do not want to take them down. So yeah. They took Mexico town. They make sure that they're not going to get attacked. So yeah, that. Tibet gets split. So yeah. Tibet gets split in two. This is called, and this was because, well, China, there's mostly China in this region. So yeah, they decide to let them go right here. So yeah, this is called Inner China. So yeah, Inner China just leaves this union, leaves Tibet, since they're not the same people. So yeah, they could just leave, and then they just wanted them to stay out. They just wanted to get back into their old country which was China, of course. See, they ranked themselves as China and decided they want to be united back into it. So yeah, Tibet is still here, stronger than ever. Now China is forming back. So yeah, that. North Amazonia. They build a castle. Fort of Knights 5. The Fort of Knights 6. So yeah. Fort of Knights Fort of Knights 2. Fort of Knights 3. Fort of Knights 5. Fort of Knights 5. And there's Fort of Knights 1 right here. Fort of Knights 6. Here's the first one if you want to know. Fort of Knights 1 is right here if you want to know where it is. So yeah, this is the most castles have I seen in any nation. Yeah. Persia. Persia is going to unite with the nation. And they're going to call themselves so yeah. They decided to unite with Caspia and make a deal with the Pink Nation to just soon just let them get some of the lands they need and then just leave. And they accept. The Nordic Union is going to unite nation. So yeah, it doesn't have many nations to unite with. There's the Dutch right here. So yeah, but they're not going to do anything that right now. So yeah, it's now 18. We're about to enter the 20th century. So yeah, Siberia Alita will start the 9th century with a small invasion. Thanks to Japanese troops arriving here. They arrived in massive numbers. Siberia, you better watch out. They're coming for you. So yeah, Siberia is soon to be doomed. So yeah. Well, Manchuria is doomed. So yeah, Roman Empire. They're going to continue to take some of their lands back. They're going to start to take out France right here. They can counterattack up to France right here, capture Paris, and now are heading to Belgium. Some land goes good, but not as big as that first success. So yeah, that happens. Now we see Persia. Now they're going to unite with another nation. And I think it's going to be the Old Empire. So yeah, the Old Empire is now a bigger empire. So yeah, let me just change the color to the Old Empire. They unite as the Old Empire right here. So yeah. Yeah, they are not elites. They are just as, well, the Old Empire as they could be. So yeah. Now we got Congo of the Crabs. They decided, yeah, we're fighting back. So yeah, they decided to fight back by heading straight for the coast right here. Reaching out to these mountains right here and take some islands right here. And they decided to take these islands off right here as well. So yeah, to try to keep them down. So yeah, the desert was kind of bad to make, but they still at least got a shot. Now the Nordic Union, they took a large expanse, so yeah, they decided to buy these islands back. Even this northern one, so yeah, they decided to buy it back, and I accepted. So yeah, I took those lands with you. They took these lands, and now they look like a massive country now. They took this this hand panel, and the alright, dude. Now we got Australia next. They're going to unite, but no one wants to unite. So they decided, tried to get Madagascar united with them, but they didn't care. They want to keep joining power, not no Australian go. Now the car is united with themselves. So yeah, no possible union here. Yeah, now we reach Colombia. It's going to unite no one. Or they could unite with more Chica away. So Colombia and Mortar Chica unite back into to a new nation, back to Mortar Chica. So yeah, Mortar Chica is now in the series now. It was in series, but it's now a new nation once again. So yeah, this is what is now. And now it's united against this new nation. Crablandia Elita gets a new leader. His name is Utana Pala. So yeah, the car is back. It's going to adopt religion. And wouldn't you know it, it's going to adopt to this one right here. Since no one overboards it. So yeah, it is gone in shambles. So yeah, 1990. 1910, we got to Argentina. They see Neoism, they don't see it as a failure, but they see Wavism as like a better alternative for the people. So yeah, they decided to stop and go for more people. Oh man, they're still here. So instead, I thought, yeah, much better for you. Yep, to make sure to keep them out for a while. So yeah, you're Gilroy. Now, next nation, California. They're going to do a large expand. So yeah, they see this as a scary alternative. So yeah, they decide, yeah, we need to invade more into these regions. We don't care about any. We want them to be gone. So yeah, this is now a new crusty crowd. Well, they decided to reach towards right here, and then grab the trusty fort, and then they just probably will stop for now because Mexico is busy right now. So yeah, California was now like, yo, we need a land, so we're just taking some food. We might get it back to you. Okay. And then Madagascar is back with more. And they got a new king. King Julian V. So yeah. King Julian V happens in 1913. And now got the Mika Federation. Yeah, it is back to take down the take down the Congo of the Crabs. So yeah, they reached to the Congo and now we bordered Nigeria/Cameroon. So yeah, that happens, and they're starting to lose a lot of land to them, of course, the Mika Federation. California started the Age of Union. Nordic Union gets a medium expand. They took some of this land right here to make it look better, and they start to color in some of the holes right here. So yeah, they were just trying to just color in, fill in the rest, and then leave. That's it. They don't want anything else. They just want this empty space gone. Siberia leader was like, yeah, we'll do that. But they were like, Nigeria just surrenders. So yeah. Now there's 3 nations on their board, and 1 helping them. So yeah. Next up, the Mika Federation is going to adopt a religion, which is going to be Cleoism. So yeah, Cleoism got a buff, which now is going to be comparable to Plagism. So yeah, they changed their religion because they're like, yeah, this might have failed, but we'll just stay with Cleoism. So yeah, big ideology shift. Siberia Alita adopts religion, and then they decided to adopt Hinduism, which was a surprising turn of events, which Hinduism was normally not popular in Asia, but now it managed to arrive in Siberia. And they were fine with it because they were either on this religion or that other religion here. So yeah. Next up, Western Mediterranean is going to unite. Well, no one else united. So yeah, they just kept leaving. So yeah. But we're almost at 2,000 days, everyone. 2,000. Think about it. Puerto Chico gets a medium expand. So yeah. They kept going and going. So yeah, this is starting to be more filled in. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, Puerto Chico is back. Is demanding a referendum to like this. So yeah, they just surrendered, and Puerto Chico is back. That's a big power. And it's under neo-unionism. So yeah. Next up, the Egyptian kingdom. They get a medium expand. So yeah. This is now a new nation. So yeah, they're going to try to take out. So yeah, they're like, Chad is still a public enemy. But yeah, take it out. So yeah, Egypt slowly takes them out one by one. So yeah, this keeps going on and on until they just stop. And there we go. Egypt is here. Beastland. What will happen to them? In exchange for a high amount of money, they manage to buy, well, they buy back New York, since they do not need it anymore. Well, it is a high city now. Then they just like, yeah, we can just, and can we also get some of the land back? And they're like, sure. So yeah, they were like, this leader was nice enough to give him some land. So yeah, they managed to successfully bring in this nation right here back. And this became North Carolina. Well, Caroline. They give them Caroline back. So yeah. Elitism was more friendly right here than in Asia, where they just take other nations' land. So yeah, this elitism is pretty friendly compared to the others, but we'll see how that goes with the rest. Union of South Africa, and they're going to be the final nation to retire this old religion. Neomicanism, oh, they don't retire, so yeah, they stay that way. Krablandia, Alita is here, and they forced a union on, well, California. They rigged an election that happened, which is force a religion on Mexico. Well, Beastland force. So yeah, Beastland joins, but under a new state. So yeah, this is still a Avengers level threat. This should be stopped. So yeah, Mongolia Alita is going to unite with Siberia Alita to form a new to form back Mongolia. So yeah, this is still pretty big. So yeah, Mongolia Alita is now a big. This might be big as like Krablandia Alita, and this is now still in a big empire. Now we just head over to Indochina, where they propose a union with the United China. They form the China. They found the Chinese Federation. So yeah, they formed a federation under Eva to stop the elites, north and south. So yeah, they decided they want to plan on something to get out. Now the Mika Federation appears, and they decided what will happen next. Large expanse, so yeah. They continue their expansion. The Congo announces, yep, their fray is stopped. So yeah, they're done, and then they just like, yeah, we'll stop them. So yeah, they managed to serve their purpose and stop the Congo the crabs. Next up, Krablandia Alita and they're still going to take a medium expansion. So yeah, they announced Panama is going to join it. So yeah, they weren't wanting this. They just wanted peace. But now they got destroyed by, well, the elites. Yeah, Crablandia joined with the elites to stop Mexico. And then they just decided for their next invasion right up here. So yeah, this is a full-on invasion by not only Crablandia elite, but the older elites, the other elites. So yeah, Crablandia might be the first country to unite a whole continent now. They're pretty close to that. Alaska is going to divide. So yeah, there is a high support for elites. This is called Alaska Alita. So yeah, this was a funded rebellion by Trailing. So yeah, this becomes a new state right here. So yeah, the Philippines formed after a nation, but now it just became a spread religion from right here. So yeah, this funded religion is now, well, this funded rebellion is now going to try to take over Alaska. All of it. Now, South Amazonia is going to finally, in 1942, Amazonia is finally reunited after many talks, after many wars, bloodshed, and centuries of humiliation. They decided to finally reunite with Amazonia. This was a celebration across, well, the West, the Eastern, South America. So yeah, not big of a celebration, but still pretty big for them. So yeah, Netherlands. There. Now, the Dutch. What is it, my Dutch? They're going to build a castle, and they're going to call it Fort Denmark. So yeah, that is what's going to call Fort Denmark. So yeah, this became a huge nation right here. So yeah. Next up, Alaska. They're like, yo, come on, let's do it. Let's talk. So yeah. Alaska leader was like, we'll talk. So yeah. And they'll talk about joining Crablandia Alita. So yeah, this happens now. And decided, yeah, we'll do it, but we want war with them first. So yeah. Fort Mexico gets, well, destroyed, and then bam, they got it. So yeah, Mexico is nearly invaded by Crablandia. Crablandia Alita. That's it. Now, Amazonia. So yeah, they adopt a religion which is neo-unionism, right back to their nation. So yeah, that's the whole thing here. So yeah, that happens. Now, Tibet. Tibet returns. Started the Age of Europe. South America happens, and they build a castle. Fort SA2. They don't do this for defense, they do it for style. That is what happens. Now Madagascar returns. They'll form a union. They demand to join, let Australia be there. So yeah, Australia just does that, so that they don't have to deal with this nation right here. So yeah. The Roman Empire. They're continuing to destroy much of, well, the Dutch and what they built. Yeah, they stopped Moldova, telling them that you don't have to be the enemy, that they should be joining them. So yeah, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, Yugoslavia joins them right here, and Grablandia Alida now adopts a religion, which they're going to bring back their oldest religion after a long time. They brought back trusteeism. The religion that started it all is now back to their hands, thanks to Alaska's deal. That they reinstate trusteeism back here. Now, this is what is looking. They have managed to return back their great religion back to here. Now, Kazakhstan. They're going to unite. Kazakhstan right here. And then, there we go. So yeah, now we're in the nice fortunes. Now we head to Western Mediterranean. They're going to form a union with, well, the Gongan crabs. After a long time, they're gone now. So yeah, bigger than expected, ain't I right? Ain't I right? Ain't I right? Western, now it's going to be called Western Africa. So yeah, Western Africa is now this continent right here, going between Carthage and what? Crablandia. Well, Congo crabs. So yeah. Now California. They decided, yeah, this is hopeless. Let's just join the religion so that we don't get curb stomped like what happened in Mexico. So yeah, they join a religion at the point of not to get curb stomped by them. So yeah. Philip Alida shows up. They're like, join us now or face the consequences. So yeah, they said not to lose any more people. They joined. So yeah, now they're called a new nation right here. And this is called Pacifica Asia Alita. This is called East Asia Alita. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, we got this East Asian nation right here. India's between two big powers right here. It's 1945, and the world's starting to get more crazy. Now, we got the Mika Federation. It's going to unite. So yeah, another funded union happened. This time between Union of South Africa and the Mika Federation. And when that happens, King Julian screams in fear as a new nation got formed called Africa, and the Mika Federation disbands into Africa Alita. This might also be the biggest one of them all. Not the biggest, but Still a big one. Very, very big. So yeah, this is what Africa Elite looks like right now. This is now the whole thing. Under one nation, it is going to scare. It is now nearly everywhere. There's one in the Americas, well, North America, Africa, and Asia and Oceania. So yeah, the only two continents that don't have this yet is Europe, since I managed to protect them from threat of this right here. So there's only like me. The Dutch are fine, the Romans, yeah, they don't want to do it. The Norways are very nationalistic and want to keep their sovereignty safe. And they also don't like Mongolia. No way. They want to keep. So yeah, and then these guys are not. Are just trying to unite themselves back. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, this happens now, and we head to California, where California is just trying to be like them to make sure that they don't get annexed like the rest of them. So yeah, the Nordic Union, it takes a large span. So yeah, they kept going up here. So yeah, connecting some of the land areas right here. And also try not to connect to them, of course. So yeah, that happens, and Norway is still big. So yeah, this happens, and now Norway is kind of big. It's kind of the biggest country that isn't an elite. So yeah, we got Elite 1, Elite 2, Elite 3, and Elite 4. If there's 2 more, this is going to be an Avengers level threat. It already is, but now it's going to be the Sinister Six. Imagine that, of Europe. One for Europe and one for this one. So yeah, speaking of something that's going to happen, bad news is going to be for the elites. A funded election happens. When they elect Hugh, they elected someone who's pro-elitist. And his name is Trevor. And he disbands Montechico and turns it back into Pacifica, the Pacific Empire, but under Pacifica Elita. This will look very familiar to that one elite nation, to Pacifica. Now there's 5 of them. Yeah, it will be worse if they try to get another one to join. So yeah, elitism is now pretty much everywhere. It is everywhere. So yeah, this is probably going to look. They're going to probably become very. Yeah, there's not many nations that are going to be there. Unless one nation tries to do something, which we'll talk about that. Africa Elita demands a large expansion. So yeah, they took one stand to take down Chad, and it goes successfully. So yeah, they nearly take it out and decided to just stop right here. So yeah, that happens. Next up, Pacifica Elita, and they're going to demand a union with them. Anyone who's new to Amazonia. So yeah, this isn't just Pacific anymore. This is the whole continent. So yeah, America's already looking a lot more united under them. 2 nations are standing in their way, free in the way. 5. So yeah, 2 of each nation slash Alaska is now standing. Next up, the Egyptian Kingdom. They're going to unite, which now completes the Sinister Six, as now they invited another nation to join. So yeah, this, instead of like this new nation right here, this Avengers level threat is here now. Like right here, closely like this. Yeah, this is called Mesopotamia Alida. So yeah, elitism has taken over the whole country now. Well, it's taken over 6 countries. Trablandia, South America, Africa slash Middle East, and then Asia and Oceania. Yeah, whatever continent you're in, now it's there. You can see it on the borders of the country. Yeah, even near here, I'm not safe. No one is safe from elitism. But is elitism bad? Not really. It's just like this. It's a pyramid of society that no one can escape. Now Mesopotamia Alida happens again. And then they announce they're going to take down this whole Kazakhstan region right here. So yeah, why were they destroying Kazakhstan? Well, because they believe Kazakhstan is being a threat. That's what they said. That's it. That's what they said. Kazakhstan's a threat. That's what they said. Madagascar is next. They're like, we need something to do something. So yeah. First India leaves, leaves its independence behind, and then this won't be the last time it's happened. As now we see a true war is about to happen. We're about to see a war to start. A war that'll start all wars. The war of So yeah, a war that will start everything all at once.
Nano Banana Pro is
A
now
war
on the
that
art list. Get
will
Google's
probably
most up-to-date model.
mark an end. A war that'll start after all this time. So yeah, a war that will start for many generations. So yeah, a war has now started against the elites. A war between the federals, like Rome, the Dutch, the Pink Nation, and then Africa right here. They announced they declared war on the elite, or now they call them the Sinister Six. With help from California, they start, but for that, they just finish off the rest of Mexico, and then just stops right here. So yeah, they decide in order to finish the job, they needed to get first in Mexico. They took a city from right here, and then just hurries down to get it. So yeah, they are joining this nation right here. So, yeah, America has diamonds right here, and that they need to be stopped. Mongolia Alita now starts its expansion up here. So yeah, this starts the Great War. The war that will last very long and hard. Ludia decided, yeah, to start the invasion up north. This manages to become the start of the Nazi method. I reached through the islands and stopped right here. This becomes the biggest part of the nation. They managed to get troops right here before any can go wrong for them. Pacifica Alita now starts its invasion up north. They start taking over 5 cities right in the south of Argentina. So yeah, this becomes the new war that was teamed up around the world. This is called World War I. Africa Alita decides to invade for more of the US. So yeah, let's also do this right here. They start their plans to take out Africa, starting off with their biggest target, them right here. Madagascar is a threat, but to naval-wise, but to land-wise, they can't even invade the force. So yeah, Western Africa was like, what? So yeah, there was a new rebellion that happened. A rebellion that started to happen. So yeah, Carthage rebelled. So yeah, let's get rid of this. Good. It's still playing. This war keeps going on. So yeah, next up. Madagascar has a plan. And his plan is to kick out the leader, King Julian V, to King Julian VI. So yeah. Whose idea was that? So yeah, they decided, yeah, we need to take out their next nation. The Roman Empire decides to work with the Dutch and kick off Mesopotamia out of Greece. They decided to do that, and then this managed to get all of Crete and push into more of like Anatolia. This war will now become stable. They decided to announce 1960 that Anatolia is fully built. Now, they win Siberia, expands by. So, and then they announce they're going to try and take them down. So yeah, thanks to the help of the Tibetans and also Norway and some Norway troops, they are now surrounded by 2 nations that they need to stop. California's next move is to take out Mexico. Of course, they're not focused on anything else but Mexico. Yeah, they eliminated Mexico, and then now we're heading to the next thing, which is India, my invasion of Canada. I took the North Pole from them, and then managed to hold a stalemate once again. Managed to advance them up as the 60s were pretty much very hard at work. And it's very cool too. So yeah, I had to take them back from here to Greenland to Norfolk. California, we already did you don't need this. Crablandia Alita is a huge and they demand. So when they discover that they demand a few. They invade right here, the islands. So yeah, they made a big naval campaign up here. And that, with some easy landings, they just took back the North Pole and pushed me back all the way down here. Now reaching, so yeah, taking the whole thing back. And even starting a naval, starting a land in Greenland. Yes, the First Nation now has landed in Greenland. Now Ethiopia, Somalia is surrounded, so yeah, they need to think of strategy. Ethiopia decides to target go up, keep their capital safe in the rivers, passing them down right here, and start to head up down south. And then they almost took Van City, but they decided to head through this river, keeping the rivers bordered and well guarded. So yeah, that happened. And now we have this war concludes. So yeah, this war is now getting up there. It's still going. Crablandia Alita's next move is to try to strike down their biggest enemy. Or their biggest goal is to take over Greenland. They believe with its resources and power, they can keep it up and going. They successfully take over Greenland City and announces that it will become a war victory. Alaska just stays silent, but takes Alaska and then helps out with it. And then just decides to try to send more troops to Crablandia. Now, they decide to send more troops here. Yeah. The Netherlands decides to do a move and decides to invade to Kiev. They manage to get through more and more, and then stays right here, past the river, and manage to climb up the ranks. Even crossing through the rivers right here. So yeah, Caucasia is doing. The Dutch managed to do a successful attack. Next up, Madagascar. King Julian announces that this is now time to take them down. So yeah, they managed to get in a successful invasion up to Pacifica, reaching these islands and now successfully acquiring this right here. And is now crossing through Bangladesh, capturing a major city. King Julian announces that this is now time. Says the Churchill speech and announces that they will never surrender. No matter how strong it is, they will try and take it down. Step by step. Piece by piece. Mesopotamia Alita happens, and now they do their next move. Help take down the rest of Chad, or at least the car, and now just blitz through Eritrea, and now heading straight for Ethiopia immediately. They took this island right here. It is now invaded inside Madagascar. Some of the troops. So yeah, some of the troops were divided of where they should go, but not many had a clear answer. So yeah, this is now pretty much a destroyed Ethiopia. So yeah, the troops are divided between Egypt, Mesopotamia, and Persia. So yeah, 3 fronts. They got shared evenly. So yeah, Mexico is still alive and standing all this time. No matter how hard they get destroyed, they always come back. And they decide to come back and liberate Hawaii. Jump them in Baja California without the elitists knowing. They took San Andreas and continue to advance to the Crusty Forts, announcing that they are still alive and well strong. And they announce elitism will die for now. So yeah, East Asia Elita, it happens, and they announce the invasion. They hold a fort in Madagascar, make sure they're keeping its stability. Announces they are going to attack Manchuria. They're announcing they're going to attack or west and help fight off them right here. So yeah, they took Bengali, they managed to take a lot of land from East Asia and managed to take some land from Tibet, and then they started to take a lot. But they managed to cross through the river right here, and then Bengali is here. Yeah, East Asia is going to try to cook India and Tibet. So yeah, the Nordic Union was like, yeah, we need to border them, so we can stop. So yeah, they crossed through more borders right here, and now they're going to try to help take down the elites. So yeah, they still have an empty border right here, and now they need to keep trying to take them down and down. Kazakhstan, on the other hand, they managed to just build a castle called Fort Borak II, but why would you need to build a fort? It's going to do nothing to you except slow them down. But you know it will just either take you down to stop those elites, or you're going to stop. Now, California is back, and they're like, yeah, Mexico just immediately gets destroyed afterwards. So yeah. Although they did not lose their whole land, but they still got destroyed. And Mexico still stands as a strong nation, no matter what. Now, East Asia Elita is now here, and they're going to continue to expand. Yeah, they took South Asia, and then start to continue up one more right here. It does get stalemate right here, so they focus their eyes on Tibet, which they are starting to try and advance more and more. So yeah, their fronts are very stalemated. So yeah. In Africa Elita, this happens. They announce this will be called Fort Elite. They announced the first fort in their first elite fort has started. Federation of Ligo has decided to build their next fort in Fort Messi. Fort Allied one. Fort Coalition 1. So yeah, it's a war between the coalition versus the elites. So yeah. Now, Madagascar. They're going to announce they're going to try to expand back up here. So yeah, they made a great attempt to stop the elites from up here. So yeah. But they focus now trying to take down both elites and once and for all, they decided, yeah, they took back Bengali and now they reach here. So yeah, this is now Madagascar. Yeah, they took back Bangladesh very easily. Now we head to the north here, where they continue to expand up here, now reaching the border of these lands where they just signed, yeah, we're going to try to take them down. So yeah, they managed to form this right here, Northern Beta. They're going to try to invade Siberia from Mongolia. California continues to just fight them now. This time, they're going to try and take them down anywhere they can. Right here. So yeah, they discovered a few islands right here. And to just try and fully kill it all, once and for all. And hopefully that it is there for them. So yeah, California's job is done. And now, they announced they want a huge demand by Travelandia Elita for them to just get annexed. They were like, get annexed or you will join us. So yeah, Travelandia was like, alright. California was like, alright. Your job is done. Now, and they're like, California join us, or Alaska join us, or you're going to get annexed as well. And they're like, and this is the biggest we're ever going to see of Travelandia. And now we're at a special number that you might be familiar with. Strong and peaceful, wise and brave. All ties to that. So yeah, they announced that this will become a war of aggression, a war against all. So yeah, new leaders are always here. So yeah. Now the next one, Madagascar, is like onward. So yeah, they decided they want to take another advance. Will this be a good idea? We'll see. So yeah, Madagascar moves up to try to take down them. And so they decided they successfully got into Miami. This attack went very well for King Jordan VI. Now we head to Lugo. They now managed to get a reason to get the fort, which is to invade to Rio. They got Rio, and then they started to advance more and more. So yeah, this is starting to look a lot like war. Now, Mexico is still alive. They announced they're going to start the Age of Combat. So yeah, Mexico rebels are going to stay soft. Ethiopia, Somalia, they do a large expansion. They took over Somalia. They even take down Djibouti again. And then they decided they just really take them down. So they're just going to try to take down Mesopotamia. So yeah, they did a circle right here, and then they just stopped. So yeah, big span, but not big enough to stop this. So yeah, they're also going to try. So yeah, Ethiopia Small tries again, but this time they got smaller expand. So yeah, they did another expand right here, and now that is trying to prove the 80s. Now Mexico is going to still stay silent for now. East Asia Oida is going to get a large expand. Instead of focusing on India, which they managed to push them back right here to the lanes that they decided to keep. They're going to push into Tibet, taking 2 cities right here, and now it's helping out with Mongolia. So yeah, this was navally invaded by Wu. So yeah, this managed to lose a lot. So yeah, East Asia Elita got them now. Now we got the Netherlands. We're going to keep expanding up south, right here, pushing all the way back here, and now it's reaching to Caspia right here, where they just try and just get rid. So yeah, their goal is to just push into the lanes that they can just try to get into and force them to try and surrender, but we'll see how that works. So yeah, Mongolia Elita gets a new leader. So yeah, Federation of Ludo is expanding now. They reach up all the way up here and they circle a good arm, which is a lot of the Pacific, a lot of Puerto Chico's army, also Chile's, which now probably causes tension between them. So yeah, now in 1993, this will be the biggest. In the Roman Empire, we see a large expand continue. They got all the way up here until they reach to the Anatolian Mountains. But do that. The naval invade, Cyprus, thanks to the help of them. Thanks to the help of the West Africans, they push into Syria. They push into Syria, Lebanon. And now they reach Baghdad. So yeah, all focus on us now gone right here to over here. The help of the Dutch, they got to connect right here. And now they almost are near Baghdad. So yeah, this is becoming a crisis for this nation right here. So yeah, if they lose, they're going to lose. So yeah, Mexico is staying. The Roman Empire is doing another expand. So yeah, they reach all the way right up here, and then take some land from right here. Now they manage to got all the Caucasian mountains. It is now starting to advance to Baghdad, right here. They don't capture Baghdad yet. Instead, they reached Jerusalem and then decided to finally capture their major city. Yeah, and then it just fractures to many pieces. And we see a crisis now happen. The first elites, now they believe elitism is a bad idea. Yeah. Mesopotamia is now going to be gone. Mesopotamia Elita got a rebellion from the Green Nation right here. After a while, they did try to take back Baghdad, Jerusalem. After locking in, they managed to take it back off. They got to Iran, cut them off right here. They managed to do a lot of damage. Irreparable damage. But, so yeah, they just lost a lot of land. So yeah, even though they... So yeah, they just got an Udo reverse card on their hand. So yeah. This managed to become a disaster for, well, for the elites, of course, so yeah. Yeah, their first attempt to try to get a rebellion down failed dramatically. Yeah, now they gotta pay the price. What thought was a successful rebellion to rebel from the nation failed. Now it's my turn, and I got a new leader. So yeah, great. Ethiopia, Somalia keeps going, and they took a small expand up to Egypt. So yeah, that happens. So yeah, we managed to get a successful northern invasion right here in Ethiopia, Somalia. So yeah, East Asia Alita starts to get a new plan. They may decide to get new and form Bengal. Get Bengali down and head more towards, well, India, of course, taking the river right here. And now they're just trying to keep itself invaded. Yeah, we have now entered the 2000s, and we're going to end it off with the Netherlands. Now they have a new purpose now. They decided, instead of doing that, let's invade Caspia. And this is now where we're going to stop for now. So yeah, this is now the new world we're in. We're now in a world of war. World War I. This is the first part of it. Yeah, we're still also in World War II. Between the Sinister Six right here, America. We'll do another. Let's see. So yeah, let me just block the camera real quick. So yeah, let me just pause it real quick, or just do it for y'all. So yeah, let me just. So yeah, let me just. Let me tell you. There you go. There you go. Now, here's the First World War recap. Let me pause this. Here's the first recap of World War. This is the recap of World War One. So yeah, World War One. We got two teams. They're called the Elites versus the Coalition. So yeah, the Sinister Six. Leads includes the leads includes uh, Crablandia, which is a long-lasting nation. Pacifica, or at least, yeah, Mongolia, Pacific, let me just see. Pacifica Elita and East Asia Elite. East Asia. East Asia, Africa, and then you got Mesopotamia. So yeah, these are the elites, six of them. So yeah, and we got a coalition. So yeah, we got this going down. We got Ludia, we got Lugo and Argentina. Lugo and Argentina, this war. We got West African, Ethiopia, and Somalia. West Africa and Somalia. So yeah, that's what we're going to call this. ESF, Ethiopian Somalia Federation. Rome, Netherlands. Yeah, I think the thumbnail is going to be crazy. Norway, Kazakhstan. Yeah, this is an Avengers level move. Now, I think, let me tell you, is it better than the War of Elites? And I feel like I did something better than it is. And that is, uh, I'm sorry about to say this, but I feel like I did something way, way better than this in the Age of Elite, War of Elites. So yeah, we got this going down. So yeah, in the 2000s too. So yeah, we don't know how long the technology is. So yeah, I'll talk about that later. But for now, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, uh, Kazakhstan, Afghanistan, Tibet, Madagascar. Yeah, forgot about that one. Mexico in a way. Mexico. So yeah. But other than that, there's no one else that could help him. There's like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 3, 6, 9, 12, 13, 14 countries versus the Sinister Six. These six bigger nations. Uh, Vote on who you think will win, and we'll try to make an alternate scenario possible for them. And we'll see. Get your votes up. and see who will win this war. Now, if you like this stream, I hope you do. Now let's see how you guys can do. Hope you guys love the video. Well, hope you guys like the stream. See ya next time.